In the heart of Willow Jungle, fierce Roarclaw the tiger prowled, feared by all. But one day, something tiny landed on his nose, a bumblebee. "Shoo!" he growled, crossing his eyes to see it. But the bee didn't buzz away. "I'm Buzzleen," it said, wings shimmering. "And you, sir, need my help." Roarclaw scoffed. "I'm the king of this jungle." But Buzzleen buzzed closer. "A storm's coming, a flood, and only I know the way to higher ground." Thunder rumbled in the distance. Roarclaw hesitated, then nodded. "Lead me." And so the mighty tiger followed the tiniest guide, weaving through secret tunnels and hidden paths as the skies darkened. Behind them, water rushed. Ahead, hope glimmered. "Why are you helping me?" Roarclaw finally asked. Buzzleen smiled. "Because even the strongest need a friend." Far beyond the hills stood the spiral tower, twisting high into the clouds. No one dared climb it, except Starzell. "Inside is a wish," she whispered, clutching her lantern. As she stepped inside, the staircase shimmered and shifted under her feet. "Choose wisely," a voice echoed. Every turn brought a door, one to treasure, one to adventure, one to answers. Starzell hesitated, then followed the faint sound of music. Up and up she climbed, until she reached a tiny window at the very top. There she found herself playing a song on a golden flute. "The wish was always inside you," the voice smiled aghast. Starzell laughed, feeling light as air. As she played, the tower's walls unfolded into bridges of light, leading to dreams she never dared imagine. High above the mountains lived a shy cloud named Puff. He watched big clouds make thunder and lightning. "I could never do that," he sighed. One day the sun said, "Puff, the garden below needs rain. Can you help?" "Me, I'm too small," Puff said nervously. "Please," the sun smiled. Puff floated down, took a deep breath, and let out a soft drizzle. Flowers perked up. Trees smiled. "More, Puff," said the sun. He rained just enough to refresh the garden. Back home, the big clouds cheered. "Look who made rain today." And Puff felt big for the very first time. Zeke never liked his backyard. "It's boring," he sighed. But one morning he spotted a strange vine curling up the fence. It shimmered like soap bubbles. "Weird." He poked it, and pop, a giant bubble grew from the vine and swallowed him whole. "Whoa!" Zeke floated up, the bubble carrying him over rooftops. "Okay, this is not boring anymore." He laughed higher and higher. They rose until a forest of bubbles appeared in the clouds, each filled with tiny creatures waving at him. "Welcome, Zeke," a voice boomed. "The bubble vine chose you to save us." "Save you?" Zeke blinked, but before he could ask more, the bubble began to wobble. "Hold on, Dee," the voice cried. "The bubble storm is coming." And with a pop, Zeke's adventure was just beginning. Tinsel the elf and Twinkle the kitten peered over the edge of Candy Canyon. "We've got to find the missing gumdrop crown," Twinkle meowed, "before King Caramel or Guillermo wakes up." Tinsel adjusted her peppermint-striped hat. "Let's rappel." They slid down licorice ropes, dodging cotton candy clouds and marshmallow boulders. Suddenly, a licorice snake hissed. "No one passes without a riddle?" "We don't have time," Tinsel cried, but Twinkle purred, whispering the answer in its ear. The snake smiled and slithered aside. Deeper into the canyon they raced until there it was. The gumdrop crown sat atop a chocolate stalagmite. Carefully, they lifted it, just as the sun rose. "Quick!" Tinsel giggled. "Back to the castle." And as they placed the crown on the king's head, he stirred and smiled, none the wiser to their sugary adventure. Glimmerlocks wasn't like other unicorns. Her mane sparkled with tiny stars. One day I'll fly to space, she dreamed. And one night, as she gazed at the moon, a spaceship crash-landed in the meadow. Out tumbled 3 fluffy pandas in silver suits. "We're lost," the biggest panda sniffled. "Can you help us get home?" Glimmerlocks stamped her hooves. "Hop on." With a burst of magic, her horn glowed bright, and together they soared into the sky, weaving past comets and glowing moons. But then a shadow loomed. "A space dragon," gasped a panda. Glimmerlocks narrowed her eyes. "Hold tight." With a swish of her shining tail, she left a glitter trail so dazzling the dragon blinked in awe, giving them just enough time to zip away. "Thanks, Glimmerlocks," the pandas cheered as their home planet twinkled ahead. Deep under Clover Hill, 3 bunnies, Nibbles, Thumper, and Tilly, peeked out of their burrow. "It's gone," Tilly gasped. The moonstone, the glowing gem that lit their tunnels, had vanished. Without it, the warren would fall into darkness. "We must find it," said Nibbles, stuffing carrots into a satchel. Their journey began under starlight, hopping past sleepy owls and whispering winds. Suddenly, paw prints, big ones, led into the foggy woods. "Something took it," Thumper gulped. Bravely, they pressed on, their ears twitching at every crackle. At the heart of the woods stood a towering badger holding the moonstone. "I borrowed it for my sick cub," he rumbled. The bunnies huddled. "Maybe we can share it?" Tilly offered. And as the moonstone's glow lit both burrows that night, the 3 brave bunnies learned that sometimes courage meant kindness too. Shelley the snail longed for speed. Every day she watched Skitter, the jetpack squirrel, zoom across the park. "Oh, to fly," she sighed. "Why so glum, Slowpoke?" Skitter grinned, zipping by. "I wish I could go fast," Shelley said. "Hop on," he said. "But I'm a snail." "Perfect," Skitter strapped her on, and whoosh, they soared over trees and puddles. "Whee!" Shelley cheered. Suddenly, jammed controls. Spiraling down, Skitter panicked. Shelley stretched out. Splat! And caught a lily pad, gliding them safely down. "Whoa, Skitter said. "You saved us." Shelley smiled. "Slow and Steady's got moves too." Every morning, Lila tended her tiny garden on the castle wall. Roses, tulips, daisies, all bloomed under her care. But one misty dawn, a shadow loomed overhead. A dragon. "Please don't eat my flowers," Lila begged. But the dragon sighed. "I don't want flowers. I need help." He opened a claw, Pierre revealing a wilted golden seed. "I've tried planting it everywhere, but it won't grow." Lila smiled gently. "Let's try together." They dug a small patch in her garden, watered it, and waited. Days passed. Then, sprout! A golden vine shot up, wrapping around the castle. "It needed kindness," Lila said softly. The dragon beamed. "And now I'll guard your garden. Always." From then on, the dragon's wings shaded the flowers, and every visitor left with a golden bloom.